What's up, world? Lee here with Stick, Strings, and Other Things, my teeny tiny little corner of the internet, where I come to you every other week to chit-chat with you about all of the crafty things that I've been getting my hands onto. Today is October 29, and this is episode 96. Yes, I have brought out the Halloween gear, for this is the last episode that I will have before Halloween. Therefore, what is up, spooky world? Right. Let me put my veil back now so I can actually see you and talk to you about all of the actual crafty things that I've been getting my hands on too. I am coming to you from what is now cloudy afternoon in the Pacific Northwest. I am filming much later than I normally do because the day was busy. And that happens. So I am filming, like I said, much later in the day, but that does mean I've been able to enjoy my day. Are you dressing up for Halloween? I hope so, because it's fun. Yes, the tiara came back as well. It's not every day you can wear a tiara. Let's get into it. I have done absolutely zero finishes. None. Not a single one. None in my knitting, none in my stitching. So let's just move on to the whips, because we should. I've got a few. I decided to kind of spread myself around into my spooky-ish and tangential crafts. Well, mostly stitches of this past couple of weeks, because I've been missing my spooky. Right, so let's get into them. I'm going to start with my two, I hope it's two. Yes, it is two. My two, what are they called? Mystery not knit-alongs. My sals. My two sals. The first is the 31 Days of Poe by Witch's Garden Crafts. I'm doing this on a 28 count fabric that was called for, I think it's like Eclipse, something like that. These are the thread colors. These are my floss drops. It's all DMC, quite enjoyable. And I am up to date through today. Yes, I got both of my wishes. The raven is in fact on top of Poe's head. Do you see that? It is on top of Poe's bust, as the raven should be. So I got my raven, for which I'm quite happy. I also got a bell for the tintinnabulation of the bells. Bells. The tintinnabulation. Made me very happy. That means we just have two more days. Day 30 will go here, and day 31 will go here. It's so great. I love it. I've been enjoying this one so much. I absolutely adore Poe, and how can you not? 2 more days, and I will have a finish. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. The other stitch along that I have been working on is the Fine Frog Stitching stitch along called Plants and Petrichor. A piece has been coming out every Friday, and will be for, I think it was 12. I think we're through 10. So here, whoops, let's get that all the way up. Here's where we stand now. So last week we got to fill in this big old still life right here. And then this past Friday we did these two little pieces of art and a key. So we have a sunset and a moonrise. And then our nice still life with flowers. I'm enjoying this. Again, this one is using all of the called for DMC, but it is on a, I think it was 32 count. Yes, it is a 32 count. It is on a 32 count Bestitch Me that I got from a Friday night fight night, so it doesn't have a color name. And both of those pieces have been being done 2/2. And they're lovely. Oh, this one still has a few more weeks to go. I'm still kind of hoping we will have some sort of something on each side of this couch here because it feels very open, especially this side. I want like a big old plant there or something. I've been doing well on the Poe. We'll see if I'm okay with the, I don't know the word I'm looking for. We'll see if I can guess what the plants will do. So those are my stitch alongs that I'm currently in. I also have my 100 days of stitching. This is my current one, which is the wrong piece of plastic, which is Plum Street Samplers, or Samplers. Plum Street Samplers, Home for Christmas. I got this as a kit back in whatever year it was released, so 2018. And here it'll be called for threads except for the Classic Colorworks hickory sticks because we needed enough of it to warrant an entire skein. So this is all the finishing stuff. It's just in one of those very crinkly bags. And this one is also up to date through today. This did take forever, but it is fully filled in now. And I have started filling in these two pumpkin baskets. And in real life, you can see that there are white pumpkins in them. On here, it is looking a little bit difficult. This is 1/2 on a 40 count. It's whatever's called for. And I don't recall what it is off the top. It is flat. This is just because it's poorly placed in a Q-snap, and I don't care. But there is my happy little holiday house. And I am slowly working up the vines on each side right now. And then I'll have to redo this right at the top. So I will be working on this daily for the rest of my life. Okay, probably easily through November. No, maybe not the whole way through November, but I'm going to be solidly into November before I'm anywhere close to being finished with this one, just because this is a lot of stitching. It's a lot. I'm going to bring it forward for you so you can see all the details. It is a lot of stitching. And yes, those pumpkins really do show up in real life. I wish they were showing up better on the camera. I like it. It's fun. And I'm enjoying my 100 days of stitching quite a bit. So those are my pieces that you've been seeing a lot of. What else do I have going? Right. That's what else I have going. Let me get into the pieces that I pulled out because I was missing my spooky. One of them was Rooks by Modern Folk Embroidery. This is not Modern Folk Embroidery. This is in fact Owl Forest Embroidery. Anyhow, Rooks. It's a lovely piece. As you can see, I have the whole kit. And I had started this, I think, if not last October, the October before, and I'm afraid it was the October before, and I hardly had anything done, and I have very little more done. But compared to what I had done, I have like 5 times more. I'm not joking. So here we are. Yep. All I had was one color in this section, and not even all of it. Since then, I have filled in the rest of this corner and started doing the border. I do love it. It is a 32 count. I'm using the Owl Forest Embroidery flosses, which are so good. I do love their flosses. They are very, very pretty. And I am happy to have gotten a bit more work into Rooks. I like it. It's very pretty. It's a very spooky. Well, it's not spooky. Well, it's kind of spooky. I mean, oops. Let's do it without a shine. It's kind of spooky. You've got rooks in a tree and some nice Quaker motifs. That's going to be lovely when I get back to it. Don't know when that will be. I also decided that since I'm working on Poe, this one's living in this bag, it will seem very appropriate to have Nevermore. Yes, by Leela's Studio. It is Leela's Studio, isn't it? It is Leela's Studio. Nevermore by Leela's Studio. Oh yes, of course I have to have it in my spooky raven bag, or crow. I'm not sure which one that is. So I have pulled this one back out and I got a teeny bit more into it. Oh, this one's so good. I am using the Forbidden Fiber Co. conversion. So I'm using their fabric and their floss conversion. So I think the name of their fabric is Morning Mist, and then these are the, oh, those are so good. These are the colors that I am using. Look at those. They're so good. They're so good. So lovely. I love them. I mean, I love the fact also that there is a color named Raven that we are using. Only seems appropriate. I bought this years ago. I think I started this in 2022. Yeah, I did, which means that's when Rooks was also started. This is 1/2 on a 40 count fabric, and I have made it all the way across the top, at least with the uppy downy bits, and I've slowly started filling them in. And I have a very appropriate needle minder as well. It's going to look so good on this piece of fabric. So that's the fabric, and that is just the upper portion. Look at it. It is so good. So, so good. I want to get back to this one. And I will. I will. Oh, this bag is by Pinky Promises, by the way. And very appropriate for Nevermore. I also pulled out another piece that I started in 2022. This is by Barbara Anna Designs, and it is, it is, what is this? A Wicked Plant. So it is this piece. And I am using a Vicki Clayton Silks conversion. I'm doing it 1/2 on a 40 count Be Stitch Me fabric in the color Grog. And eventually I'll find it. There I am. When I picked it up before, I had some of this. I think I'd come down to here, but I hadn't done anything down this side. So I've done everything down, whoops. Well, how about we go behind? We go behind, it might work. Did everything down this side, and then I started doing this lovely pot and pulling out the branches out of it, and I have that fun spider. So good. I'm not sure if I'm color completing on this one. That's what I'm doing so far, but I don't know if I'm going to continue. Oh, I want to get back to this one too. This is why I was starting to pull out all my spookies. Ooh, it's very dark clouds, but also the sun is trying to come out, so it's that weird, is it gonna storm? Do we have a rainbow? What's going on? I want to play with all my spookies, and that's why I was pulling them out. So yeah, I just have the Vicki Clayton conversion, so they're just rolling around, falling around at the bottom of my bag. And this is living in this spiderweb bag by Stitching for Joy. Jack-o'-lanterns inside. So I worked on that a little bit more. And I also pulled out, nope, is that everything? That is everything that I worked on. Apologies. That is everything I worked on, stitching-wise. So let me tell you about the one thing that I worked on knitting-wise, which, if you've watched before, will not surprise you at all. It really won't. I have been working on Stephen West's Mystery Knit Along, and I was up to date. When he dropped Clue 4, I had finished Clue 3, but then I had a busy weekend, and I didn't knit at all until Sunday night. So I have not come anywhere close to finishing Clue 4, and I'm going to be doing the extended Clue 4 because I want a bigger shawl. So I have no clue how long this is going to take me. I obviously will still be working on it at the end of November. End of November. end of October. There's no way I can finish this in the next 2 days. It's just impossible. I'm hoping I can finish it quickly though, because I really do want to get back to my hard cider, and there are several other pieces that I want to stitch, that I want to start with my knitting and play around with. There may be changes to my plans. I don't know at this point. We will find out. Anyhow, my Stephen Weston Mystery Knit Along is living in this bag by Bags by Awesome Granny. Absolutely delightful. And I think I've warned you enough that I'm going to be showing it. So if you still want the mystery going, even though all clues are out, soon I will be showing mine. So I'm using the Holst Garn in a dark gray and a light gray. And I am holding some, those are different colors. Huh. I'm holding some mohair with it. I thought this mohair was the same as that mohair. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Anyhow, I have an extra ball of mohair in there in case I need it. Right, let's go. I finished all of clue 3. So clue 3 was these wedges at the bottom. I had not finished this part last time I showed it, but I finished all of those wedges. And now we're doing exactly what I thought we might do. We are working on filling in this top portion of the shawl. So here's where it stands right now. I can't see anything, so hopefully you can see it. I am doing these bobbly bits, and they have the mohair held with them. Then I have this slip stitch triangle section here. So you have the triangles there, and then the triangles there. Though the way I'm looking at it, half the time they look like boxes. They look like boxes to me. He keeps calling them triangles, but I see boxes. It's very Art Nouveau-y, or Art Deco. Art Deco. Whichever one's the geometric one. Why am I forgetting which one's the geometric one? Art Deco. And now I'm doing a repeat of the baubles here. I'll do a repeat of the triangles that look like boxes above that, and then I will do one more repeat of the baubles above that, and that will close up the top of the shawl. It's looking so good. And then for the optional continuing, which I am going to do, is you come down here and you pick up 852 billion stitches on your I-cord edge. And then you do, excuse me, you do a few rows, repeats of a feather and fan type wavy border. And I will be doing that because I just don't feel that this is big enough yet. And I have plenty of yarn. Every year I say, I really should size up my needle size. I think I would like it better, and I didn't yet again this year, but I really think I should, because I want my shells to be bigger, and also I think they would be perfectly fine up a needle size for their gauge. I think they would still look delightful. But, oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving this year's shawl. I really am. I've been seeing tons of people being finished already because they are speedy knitters and I am not. But I have been absolutely loving the finishes. They're just so, so lovely. And I will be using some mohair down in the wavy bits as well, so there will be mohair held throughout each section of the shawl, or in each clue, so it is well uniform and delightful. But, oh, so good. So good. Look at that! This year's shawl is just, it made me very, very happy. And I cannot wait to wash and block this one, because it's just gonna, oh, it's just gonna floof up so nice. It's gonna be lovely. But yeah, I am enjoying clue 4. The baubles are a but for baubles, actually, they're very, very easy. And I'm on board for easy baubles. But yeah, these look like squares to me. They really do look like squares to me. Not triangles, but squares. I love it. I love it. I'm I'm in the middle of the clue, so I have yarn on this side and yarn on this side because I'm going back and forth. Oh, here's my needle stoppers for right now. Spooky black kitties, because of course, spooky black kitties. And yes, I have plenty of yarn. I have no worry about running out of yarn at all. I haven't decided if I'm going to do 5 or 7 stripes on the extra border or not. I'm afraid if I do too many, it's just going to look weirdly weighted. But I know I want to do at least 5. That's what I've seen a lot of people doing, and it looks really good at 5. But I have a lot of extra yarn, so I may see what doing 2 extra might do and have it be 7 and just kind of a little heavier and a little thicker of a shawl, because I like shawls that are huge. I love my blankets. I love my blankets. What can I say? Now, that is all my whips. Hold on just a second, because I think I only have 1 new start, but I need to go double check, because now my brain is going, didn't I start something else too? I don't think I did, but I want to check, so I will be right back. And I'm back. I'm not used to wearing a veil, that's for sure. Also, it's long enough for me to sit on, which was not great. Just saying, not great. This will be my Halloween outfit in a couple of days as well. Though I think I'll spend the entire day with the veil down. Well, not the entire day, but the entire trick-or-treating times with it down, because I think that will be fun. All right, I only had 1 new start. This is start 45 of my 50 starts by 50. I'm almost there. 5 more starts. That's it. And when we get to plans, I can tell you about at least 2 of them. Anyhow, it's being in a kitty bag because it worked. What did I start? I started a piece by the Artsy Housewife because I'm loving her pieces. They just make me happy. I started A Drearier Day. I shall sing when night's decay ushers in a drearier day. I am doing a Leo and Roxy. What? It's Leo and Roxy, right? Yes, a Leo and Roxy floss conversion. So here are the thread colors. Nice and moody. I am doing it on a 40 count Dusty Cottage by Stitch Me. And I will be pulling this one back out as soon as, probably as soon as I finish 31 Days of Poe. I think this is what I'm going to pull out again because I really want to get more into it. Here is where I am. I shall, sort of shall, it's a 1L'd shall. And then I have lots of the drips. I have a couple of the leaves and 2 of the acorns. Oh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. So this is start 45, and I am loving it. I am going to do all of the black outline first, and then I will go back and I will start filling it all in like a giant coloring book. It's going to be fun. And that black is, which black is that? It's chalkboard? Charcoal. The black is charcoal, not chalkboard. But then I get to fill it all in like a coloring book. I can't wait. Want to get back to it. But I want to finish Poe first. 2 more days and I will be done with that. And then this one will come back out. And maybe I'll start some sort of weird rotation for the month of November, because this one will come out and my 100 days will be there, and my 46th start will be out. What? Your 46th start? What's that going to be, Lee? Well, let me tell you. My 46th start will be, because it will be November, it will be my black sampler for November, because it's Black Sampler November. And I have chosen a piece by Modern Folk Embroidery because evidently Jacob can do no wrong in my world, and I am just going to keep stitching his pieces. And then he keeps releasing more things that I want to stitch, and I have to stitch those as well. I know, it's a tragic problem to have, isn't it? Anyhow, what I'm going to start is the AKGIT 1833, his Virlanda sampler. And I'm not doing one of the pieces of the Virlanda. No, 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 no. I'm doing the big, whole-sized Virlanda. Yes, I am. I will be planning to do it on some Duxbury by Fox and Rabbit because it's scuzzy looking. I love the scuzzy lookingness. So I've been looking at this giant piece of Duxbury that I have, and I'm trying to figure out which scuzzy portion I want to use for this Virlanda sampler. And I will be using a hank of Roxy Flosco in the colorway Virlanda because Jacob asks them to make this color for this piece. And I figured Jacob can do no wrong, so therefore I will do whatever he tells me to. And, okay, he doesn't tell you to do this, but I like his suggestions, so I'm using this as his suggestion, and I'm going to love that. So is this... It looks like a black that's faded into browns, but there's blacks in it, there's kind of golds in it. There's... it's a good color. It's a nice faded black. So this will be my Black Sampler November start, and it will be the Virlanda sampler. And who knows how many years it will take me to stitch, but I will have started it, and that's the only thing that matters. And yes, I have plenty of fabric. And that's still only half. Yes, I got a yard of Duxbury. I will use however much I need to. I mean, look how scuzzy it is. Look how scuzzy it is. I love it. I'll use however much I need to for this sampler. And because I like samplers and I like aged things, I will be using this wherever else I want to as well. And that is my planned start, one of my planned starts for next month. I will also be starting at least 2 other projects, I think. Yes, because that'll take me up to 48, which leaves 49 and 50. 50 is going to be pub crawl. It's going to be a peacock, a unicorn, and a badger. I know a lot of people have started it this year. I know a lot of people are trying to figure out their greens. I just went with the silks because that green is so beautiful, and that's the green that I wanted for the piece. So I went with the silks because the silks will give me that color, and I don't have to worry about trying to figure out which green fabric to get that green to do the thing. So I'm just going to fill it all in. It's going to be a full coverage piece for me, and I am on board for that. So that will be my birthday start. If you've already started it, play with it in December for my birthday. Why not? If you haven't started it, you should. The other piece I'm going to be starting in December is the Modern Folk Embroidery Evertote Roxy Flosco collaboration for the holiday countdown. So I have my countdown box. And my countdown box is open. I did open it, but that is because my mailman left my box in the rain. And when I found my box, it was very, very, very wet. It was soggy. And so I opened my box to make sure that nothing inside had gotten ruined. And lucky for me, nothing had. Otherwise, I probably would have cried. But that is why my box is open. And that is the only reason my box is open. I have not looked any farther. Other than that, so that makes for planned starts 46, 7, and 8. So I have 2 left. 2 more. 2 left for starts between November and the beginning of December. And I haven't decided what those are going to be. I have many, many options, and we'll see where we will see where the whims will take us. If you are also working on a Virlanda, you should pull it out in November. If you're starting this one, you should, or you've already started it, you should pull it out. Play with it. It's going to be so much fun. So that is that. I also, other plans that I have, since I'm getting into plans already, I might as well finish talking about them. I plan to continue working on my 100 Stitches a Day project for the rest of my life. That one's never going to end. Okay, it will. I'm hoping it'll be done by Halloween. Halloween? No. Thanksgiving. I'm hoping it'll be done by Thanksgiving because I would like to get to some of my other... I'd like to see what else my wheel would spin this year. I will be finishing my Go-Go Dynamo by Stephen West. I will. I'm going to get back to my hard cider sweater because it has been calling to me very, very loudly, and I really want to get back to it because I want to wear the sweater. I'm going to finish Poe, and I know it won't be finished by the next time I film because of when releases are, but I think the Plants and Pets record does finish in November. I think. And if so, I will finish that next month as well. Other than that, I don't know what else I'm going to be doing. Not a clue. Life will do what life does, and I will figure out what my crafting time will be when I find out. On that note, let's get into a stash, of which I have some. Not a ton, but I have a couple. One is my Farmer's Daughters Fiber Sock Squad sock set for the month of November, and that is this one. I actually really, really like this set. This set is pretty. I wish they would have done more colors like this earlier on in the year, and I would have probably stayed up to date on the knitting of them, but they didn't, and I got burnt out, and so now I'm just getting the yarns. And this month's, though, this month's is gorgeous, and it is called Mourning the Abundance, which I kind of like. So I may break into this one this month. We will see. This month being November. I may break into this one. See about doing something with it. But that I definitely like. I received some Fox and Rabbit fabrics because I am in their Patreon and their Fabric of the Month because I'm a glutton. And there is Sandy Beach. These are all 40 count. Hog's Bristle. And Caramel Mud Cake. And yes, I'm holding all three up because look at that gradation of colors on these linens. So good. So freaking good. Look at that. Oh, I love it. They're just perfect. They're just perfect. And I also received, oh, let me open it because crinkle plastic. My Bestitch Me Fabric of the Month for October. I received it. So I only have 2 more months that I'm going to be getting Bestitch Me fabric. I think I can handle it, but I will be sad because this one is gorgeous. This is Cold Foam. And look at it. So good. So mottled. So grungy. So fantab. But I'm getting yarn faster than I can knit, which is also true. But I was going to say I'm getting fabrics faster than I can stitch, which is also true. So I need to cut back on them. I did get a couple of more things. First thing is, I bought this because I really liked it. It was cute. The Halloween is on the brain right now, I think. Wonder why. The Christmassiness of it, and I have this lovely red fabric. I have this lovely fabric that is red that I want to use up, and I think this will be so pretty for it. So this is Teresa Vanette's, Shakespeare Peddler's Pennsylvania Christmas 2. And I just think there's both so pretty. So maybe I'll start these in December. Who knows? I also got the Fabulous House Haunted House. I love this one. It's so good. And then the fancy floss that goes with it. Such a fun house. So fun. I love it. So good. And then the last thing that I got is I decided to get some Pirate Robin threads. A lot of people have been talking about Pirate Robin. And so I went on their site, the Pirate and Robin website. I think it's on Etsy. I don't remember. And I decided I was going to buy a couple. I'm just prepping them right now. And then I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm like, she's got a... I'm making an assumption there. They have a lot of blacks. I like all their blacks. Their blacks are gorgeous. And so I bought a whole bunch of their blacks, and then I bought one other because that way I got free shipping. And I bet you can tell which one's the free shipping one. There's my blacks. Look at them. Look at those blacks. Look at them. They are so good. We have Grimm. Oh, let me do it this way. I can't do it. I fail. So we have Grimm. Abyss. Yes, I will own all the blacks if I can. They are all different. We have Ore. That one definitely has... So these two are very similar. They are. But this one's more of a blue black and this one's more of a true black. This one kind of has a reddish mahogany-ness to its black. Then we have Graphite, which is more of a gray kind of black. I mean, it's definitely a solid black. We have Wednesday, which has definitely got more gray to it. We have Night, which has some variegation. And let me pull that one closer for you. Night has variegation in it. We have I dropped Night. I dropped the Night. I am the Night. We have Raven, which is the next one. And that definitely has a blue tint to it. Very, very, very dark blue undertone. We have Midnight Blue, which definitely has a... It's like petrol. It's gorgeous. Look at that. Isn't that just amazing? Moonlit Graveyard. So this is the lightest of those blacks. It's definitely in the gray range. And then Mystery. There we go. So I really enjoyed playing around on the Pirate and Robin site to get all their blacks. I loved it. What am I going to do with all these blacks? I don't know yet. But look at them. Look at all of the differences in them. I know I already bought the Roxy Floss pack for Put a Bird on It. But what if I just did blacks? What if I just did blacks for that piece? It would sort of look like a monochrome, except how if I did every single motif in a different black. That could be fun. And these are 10-yard skeins, by the way. They are not tiny. And I loved them. Look at all those different shades. Give me all the black overdyes. Please. Absolutely love it. So that was all my stash. Now we can go into life. I think my partner just got home from taking care of the car. It needed to go in for a checkup. And life is lifing. It's doing its thing. I'll talk more about lifey stuff at a later point, but mostly it's doing its thing, like I said. And I was at a friend's birthday party this past weekend, which is why I did no knitting. It was a great birthday party. It was really, really fun. It was in a speakeasy in Seattle, and that was fun. Good time was had by all. And now all I'm doing is trying to prep for the coming year and the holiday season. I'm also trying to figure out what I am going to do for my plans for next year. I will be filming another Whip Parade. I also will probably be filming another Make 9 and also showing just how badly I failed at my Make 9 this year. For I failed miserably on it. And that's okay. I just need to do better this year. But yeah, other than that, I have a lot to clean up in here right now, and I need to edit and upload and make dinner because it's getting late. The sun is still up though. The sun is still up, so it's not that late yet, but it is much later in the day than I normally film. And I will let you all go, and I will see you all in November. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye all. We are here to mourn today. What are we mourning today? Well, let me tell you. We are mourning my motivation. We are mourning my ability to stick with a plan. We are mourning the fact that I cannot just do whatever I want to, whenever I want to. Please, let us mourn.